Good morning, fellas. Tonight, or this morning rather, we're going to do some chocolate chip pancakes. Um, the first thing to say about this is these are quick and easy chocolate chip pancakes. They're not restaurant quality. They're not, these fluffy buttermilk pancakes or anything like that. But they're what I've served you all along. It's good for, a quick and easy meal, and it's good for a breakfast for a big group. So that's what we're going to do this morning. Okay, so really the main thing here is that I just use Bisquick pancake and baking mix. And what I do is I do the ultimate pancake recipe. Now I'm going to show you that. What you're going to see on here is that it starts with 2 cups of Bisquick, 1 cup of milk, 2 eggs. I'm going to do a half a batch in which I do 1 cup of Bisquick, a half a cup of milk, 1 egg, and then when it comes to the sugars, I'll do, instead of 3 teaspoons, about 2, then 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of vegetable oil, and I don't usually use the vanilla extract, but you can if you want. And then obviously if you're making a bigger batch, then you do this full recipe. I also add a little bit of cinnamon sugar to it to give it flavor, and we seem to like that. And then what we do is we add chocolate chips, or you can add blueberries, or you can add anything else. Now the one thing that you're going to notice here is I've got the mini chocolate chips this morning. Normally we use the bigger chocolate chips for these. Didn't have those available this morning. Still wanted some pancakes, so we're going to use the minis. Difference is I probably don't have to push them down into the pancakes, and I'll show you what that's about. So what I usually do is I start with all the dry ingredients first. So I put in the Bisquick, and again, I'm only using 1 cup today because I'm doing a half a batch. And then I'm going to do sprinkle in some of the cinnamon sugar. And you know what, that's just however much you feel like you want in there. Remember, there's sugar in this too, and then we're adding sugar, but I like a little flavor from that. And then 2 tablespoons of sugar. I'm not sure how well this is going to go with me one-handing it. So just assume I'm going to do that, I've got 2 things of sugar in there, and then we're going to do 1 teaspoon, so it's 2 tablespoons of sugar, and then 1 teaspoon of the baking powder. Got the egg in it, I've got the vegetable oil in it, I've got the milk in it, and I'm not going to be able to do this well while videoing with one hand, but what I'm going to do is very hard until it's all mixed up together. I'm going to mix it together with my whisk, and we'll show you the end result here in a minute. Okay, so the key to this in the mornings for a bigger thing is I love my Presto griddle. I think it cost all of 16 bucks and is one of the best things your mom has ever given me. You can see that it's lightly coated, very lightly, with some vegetable oils for no stick and everything else. And again, I use this for pancakes. I can also use this so I'm doubling up on breakfast biscuits or egg Jeff muffins or whatever. So I highly encourage you, if you don't have one of these, go out and get one. You may not be able to get this specific one, but get a good griddle that you can plug in. This is also what inspired me to get the griddle things on the grill. So we've got it fired up about 275, something like that, on heat, and then we're going to get ready to put the pancakes on it. Okay, so now we've got this all, like I said, oiled up to a certain extent, and then all you're going to do is just make your pancakes. This can obviously also be done in a little skillet, but I do just these little silver dollar type small pancakes. And then what I'm gonna do, I'll do about 4 or 6 at a time. And you can see, we've got your mother filming, so hats off to Mom for helping out here.
Mom cooks too.
Mom is an excellent cook, she just doesn't film. And so,
That's too small.
but she does critique. And then, so I'm gonna do 2 more. And then this is where if we had actual good sized chocolate chips, which by the way, Chris, we're all used up in making cookies for you, just so you know. We would put them in. Instead, I'm just using mini chips. And what you do is, I'm just gonna take them again. If these were bigger size chips, I'd put about 5 or 6 per pancake. I'm gonna put a little bit more because they're mini chips. And then on the bigger chips, and even on these, just take your finger and lightly push them down so they get into the batter a little bit. And we'll do that for all of these. Just sprinkle them around. And again, if you had, blueberries or anything else that you wanted to put in your pancakes, this would be how you would do it. Just take the blueberries, cut them in half, stick them in there. Any other thing that you would want in your pancakes. You guys and I like chocolate chips, so that's what we're doing for these. And I'm going to, again, just kind of slightly push them down, and then I'll flip them in a minute. Okay, so these have been on here for about a minute, and you can start to see that it's starting to firm up around the outside. It looks a little bit less liquid. And so now, after a minute, maybe 2, on, again, about, where is that? There it is. About 275 or so. They're going to be ready to flip, 1 or 2 minutes. And hold on, I got to go over here and get my spatula. So we'll see how I do by doing this and filming. Take your spatula. See, and I can tell right there that it's ready to go. It's not, I can move it around, and so now it's ready to flip. So I just take it and flip it, okay? And you can see the nice brown on the outside. That means they're gonna be ready to go, all of them. There's another one. Another one. Okay, so even that one got a little bit toasty, but these are all nice and golden brown, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to give them maybe 1 minute on the bottom side. Even, you can see me pressing it down if I need to. I'm going to give it 1 minute on the other side, and then I'm going to just take them off and put them on a plate, and they're going to be ready to go. And then I'll just go through the same routine until I'm done with the batter. But that is your quick and easy Bisquick pancakes. I'm gonna show you right here. You can see, actually that's not a very good job, so I'm gonna flip this on its back, and you can see that it's ready to go. So flip it back, and then I'll just take it, put it on the plate. Take this, put it on the plate. It's really hard being your own photographer. One got toasty. And so there's your pancakes. I'm going to do some more, but basically you've seen how to do this. Happy eating. That. This mixture kind of got a little bit hard, so I'm just going to mix it up a little bit so it'll be easier to pour. So if that happens, just take your spatula, mix it up. If you have to add maybe a little bit of milk, you can do that, but it should be ready to go now that I've just mixed it up a little bit. It'll be ready to pour. or 4 more of these. This batch only yielded about 10 pancakes. I could have probably stretched it out to 12 if I wanted to, and maybe add a little bit more milk, maybe add a little bit more Bisquick, but because I don't need to make that many, I just took what the yield gave me. And I've had this on here for, you can see the back of it, you know, a couple minutes on each side. You just watch it and make sure it looks good and it's ready to go and it's easy to move. And these are a little bit more golden than the first batch. And there you go. There's your mess of pancakes for a good breakfast meal.